It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Oh my God.
I can see the visual right now of what's going on there.
John is actually in the bathroom as we started the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes again.
Oh, he had a double courtesy flush. Yeah.
Oh, that's a nasty way to start the show. Welcome, everybody, to episode 17 of Aggressively Speaking. My name's Tony Dabrowski.
I'm Troy Frank.
And welcome back to our podcast. Hi, Troy. Oh, the arm is going back. Oh, the leg is getting crossed. Okay, let's get comfy. How we doing, Troy?
Getting real comfy for this because it's going to be a long episode. I'm doing about as fine as I can.
I feel nothing.
You feel nothing? You're basically just, you have no senses going on.
I can't smell. I can't see. I can't
taste.
hear.
You can't taste the victory.
I can't taste the sweet taste of victory.
How wonderful that was to watch yesterday. As of recording, it's Sunday.
This is the last Sunday. Oh, wait,
no.
Today's
the game
Monday.
was Sunday. That's what I meant to say. We're all over the place. Okay,
you have now
recording this.
confused me.
We're recording this on Monday. Game was Sunday. So if we say yesterday, it's because we recording the day after the game.
And this is also the last time we record on a Monday. Next week we start recording Sunday
Yeah,
nights.
Yeah, next week will be really confusing you because we'll be saying earlier.
No, we're literally going to say, yeah, the Lions won today. They lost today.
Yeah.
And this episode will be out on like Tuesday morning. Oh, man. So, yeah, this is probably going to be a long episode because we do have a lot to talk about today. Later on in the show, we will talk a little college football because I know Troy is dying to talk some college football because Michigan State are coming back. Troy is so ready to talk college football that he is sweating.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm sweating.
Troy is just so ready to talk Michigan State.
I'm off the top of my head. I'm spilling. I'm overflowing.
This is me when you said you wanted to bring it up.
I'm spewing. I'm unleashing.
To be fair, I put in the show notes a little question mark.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do it, I'll let you take that topic.
We can spend like 10 minutes on it.
Okay. All right.
Just 10 minutes.
Because, I mean, in my opinion, season's a wash. But if you want to talk about it, go right on it.
We'll talk later about Michigan State as they start their season this weekend. We'll also talk a little Pistons. Two separate topics on the Pistons. One's in the show notes. One's not that I still want to bring up.
That I kind of brought up, right?
Are we talking about the same thing, Christian Wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about Christian Wood because he apparently he did something on IG today that sent Piston Twitter into a coup. And then we also are going to do a little Jersey talk.
Yes, sir.
Listen, if there's anybody who likes a little Jersey talk, it's me and Troy. We like talking jerseys, so we will talk a little teal, little horse action today.
Oh, you got a horse sound effect? You don't?
Oh wait, I do. Hold on.
Hell yeah!
There it is.
There we go.
There we go. We got the perfect Pistons horse sound effect.
Best sound guy in the business.
The best sound guy in the business. as a mic doesn't work.
I was thinking to myself, wait, what mic is he talking to?
I thought this guy. I gotta figure that out. I don't know what
All right, so that's for later in the show. All right.
I already gave you it, sir.
Yeah, I thought you were going to give it to me again. I saw your hands moving. I got scared. So, you know where we're starting this week, though. The reason why our legs are perched up right now. Big win for the Detroit Lions yesterday. Oh, yes.
Twitter was loving it today.
Yeah, they are loving it. That's going to be kind of the topic of our Lions discussion this week. So, you know, I don't like to be Mr. Negative. Like,
Oh, I love it.
you love it. I don't.
I love it.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
Ah!
All right. Anyway, continue.
I lost my train of thought.
You don't.
I
You
hate
don't
to
like
be,
to be.
I
okay.
hate to be Mr. Negative. Like I try to be positive with Detroit sports because it's a whole lot of bad right now. But when I see the Lions win against Jacksonville on Sunday, like it's just hard for me to be positive after that game. A lot of people are telling me, Tony, just enjoy the win, just have a little fun, and I would love to do that, but I just don't have any trust that this football team is really going to do anything with this win.
No.
Like, as dominant as that win was for the Lions on Sunday, like, they have given me nothing to believe that this is actually going to help them turn around the season. Like, even with the favorable schedule, which we will talk about in a second here, like, throughout the first few games of the season, even after that dominant win against Jacksonville, Troy, like, I just can't go in front of the camera and come in front of this microphone and act like everything is all fine and dandy and celebrate a win when I just don't have faith that this team is actually any good even after this win. And that's not to take any credit away from the team because they played very well on Sunday. For the first time under Matt Patricia, Troy, they played a full 4 quarters. I mean, offensively, defensively.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All 4 quarters they did very well, offensively and defensively. Defensively, they stopped the run, held Jacksonville to 44 rushing yards. They got pressure to the quarterback. They stopped playing mostly man, which is funny how that works when you switch things up on defense. You start blitzing a little bit more. You get pressure to the quarterback, force some turnovers. It's funny what happens there. But, the defense played well on Sunday. And offensively, 180 rushing yards. DeAndre Swift popped off, 116 rushing yards to 2 TDs. Kenny Galladay over 100 receiving yards. Stafford, I thought, had a better day than what he's looked throughout the first 2 games of the season. Hawk had a touchdown. I mean, they played very well on Sunday against Jacksonville. That was a dominant win, and you do need to give them credit. But at the same time, like, I'm not sitting here all happy and smiley because I still don't think this really changes anything, Troy.
No.
Where are you at?
No. I mean, you and I could play quarterback for Jacksonville right now. We'd probably play better.
Listen, I love Gardner Minshew, but he's gone after the year, bro. Oh, poor Gardner. Oh, Gardner, no. Minshew mania.
I mean, Minshew mania started only because the dude has a mullet and a mustache, all right?
Minshew mania really only started because Nick Foles died week 1 in last year with Jacksonville.
Yeah. I mean, about yesterday, Sunday, whatever.
It's yesterday to us right now.
There was, I mean, if you want to say, like, they gave the ball to the guys they needed to give it to on offense. They gave it to Galladay for 100 yards, gave it to Swift for, like, the first time all season, and just let him go off.
Yeah.
And like you said, they gave Hawk a touchdown. We've been missing him pretty sorely this entire season. I mean, he's been here, but, like, has he?
when he's been given the opportunity, he's taken advantage of it.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been much. But he got a touchdown Sunday.
Yeah. But as far as the whole win is concerned, I like to bring a Troy analogy into this.
Is this the first Troy analogy of aggressively speaking?
No, I've had plenty more analogies before. It's just, yeah, this is the first one that I've trademarked.
Oh, there we go.
This win is the football Lions equivalent of Stan Van Gundy trading for Blake Griffin. It gets us no better than we were before. All it does is make him keep his job for an extra week.
Did you just throw that at me because I'm wearing the Pistons shirt today?
No. I had that one.
Oh, you had that ready.
I had that in my satchel.
He just pulled it out of his bag.
But what do you think? I mean, I think that's pretty accurate. I think everything Patricia did was just to save his job. There was already rumors coming out before the game that if he lost,
he was probably fired.
He was fired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. CBS Sports reported, ESPN reported. I don't think it's any secret that if they lost that game on Sunday, Patricia probably would have been fired. And Eli, I had him on Trash Talk earlier today. And he brought up a very good point. It seems like throughout the past couple of games, especially on Sunday against Jacksonville, it seems like Patricia has really changed things up on defense because I think he knows that his seat is on fire, which it took him 3 years to change things on defense. But the minute he sat down and said, God, my ass is a little hot, like he finally started to switch things up. And to his credit, it has worked on defense. Again, they're not playing as much man as they used to. They're actually playing their good players. Like Will Harris, who started the season, played barely against Jacksonville on Sunday. They're sending blitzes. They're getting pressure. They're stopping the run. Like, again, it took Patricia to sit down and feel that his seat was on fire to make these changes, but
It's
better late than never. I mean, it's working.
I guess, yeah. I mean, where do you see this season going? I mean, the fact that, okay, let's get to this favorable schedule. So, what is it? Of their next 6 opponents, 4 of them have a combined record of 4-20.
I don't know what the exact numbers are, but I do know that, the reason why a lot of people are high on the Lions right now is because of their favorable schedule. I feel like I'm on an island here, but I just don't see how this is an easy schedule. Like, you got the Falcons on Sunday in Atlanta, who you're as good as your record says you are. But I do really believe that Atlanta might be better than when their 1-5 record says. They were 0-5. They fired Dan Quinn. They fired their GM. It's one game, Troy. But against Jacksonville, against Minnesota on Sunday, they looked really, really good. Like, it looks like that team has a new life. Again, only one game, but it looks like Atlanta has new life under their interim head coach. The offense dropped 40 on Minnesota. Minnesota's terrible, but they dropped 40 on Minnesota. Matty Ice, 30 of 40, 371, 4 TDs, no picks. Gurley got going. Julio Jones is back healthy. He had 2 touchdowns in that game. Calvin Ridley's been awesome this year. He's on your fantasy team, so I know you know that.
Yep.
Like, Atlanta's no slouch, even with their 1-5 record. They are absolutely capable of dropping 50 on this defense. If you want to tell me that this Lions defense is fixed after this week, show me against Atlanta, because that's a real test in my opinion. That Atlanta defense, that Atlanta offense, I think is a real test for this Lions defense.
Now, their defense, however,
their defense is garbage. But if the Lions can win that game on Sunday, get back to 500, and either score more points than that hot Atlanta offense, or have their defense just contain that Atlanta offense, I think that would be a nice win. And if you can just get back to 500, to me at least, I think you can just go, all right. If you get back to 500, even with the crappy start, it's almost like a fresh start. You're at 500, just see where you can go from here.
Yeah.
After Atlanta, they come home, play the Colts. The Colts will be coming off a bye, and they're 4-2. They haven't had Darius Leonard over the past couple of weeks. But assuming that Darius Leonard will be back for that game, with Darius Leonard, I think the Colts have the best defense in football. They are really good defensively. Not to mention offensively, they got that good O-line. They got that running game with Jonathan Taylor. Phillip Rivers is a dinosaur, but behind that O-line and with that run game and defense, he's doing just enough for them to have a winning record. That's going to be a big game. After that, I think they go to Minnesota. Listen, Minnesota's garbage, but that's Minnesota this year, but here's the thing about Minnesota, Troy. How many divisional wins do the Lions have since 2018? I'll help you. Not one divisional win for the Lions since
0.
2018.
You got something like that? Damn.
There you go.
Congratulations.
After sweeping the
filthy
Packers in
animal.
2017, the Lions have 0 divisional wins. Minnesota's terrible, but he can't win in the division, Troy. He isn't Matt Patricia. He can't win in the division. And not to mention Minnesota have some real players on that offense. Dalvin Cook, when he's healthy, has been good. Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, they've also been very, very good this year. I can tell you because they're on my fantasy team. Like, they put up numbers every single week, okay? So I have some concerns about that game, even though Minnesota's garbage. After that, you play Washington football, who that's kind of like a Jacksonville game. You should win that game. Washington's terrible.
Yeah.
But then after that, before Thanksgiving, Carolina. Carolina ain't no slouch either, okay? We've seen throughout the first few games. Teddy can play. Christian McCaffrey will probably be back, and he'll have maybe over 200 scrimmage yards against his defense. Assuming that Curtis Samuel will be healthy. He's been good this year for Carolina. And then you got Thanksgiving against Houston with Deshaun Watson. So this easy schedule that everyone says we have, I have my concerns.
Yeah, and I share those concerns too. And my concerns also venture over to what we've talked about before last time we talked about the Lions, which is this team is not bad enough for a top pick and not good enough to make the playoffs. And I think it's going to happen where this team will end up with 5-11, 6-10, and end up with not the pick that they want. And Patricia puts this team in a bad spot, regardless if he's here next year or not.
Oh, if they go 5-11, he's gone with Quinn.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm just saying he's
Yeah.
going to put him in a bad spot regardless.
I mean,
So-
I don't want to go down this path because it'll just make me angry.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
That's why I'm perpetually angry at this team.
I
Because
mean-
even if they win, I know it's just fool's gold.
when I say that I didn't want to go down this path, I meant that you know my thoughts on last year. We both agree on this. I would have rebuilt last year.
Yeah.
3rd overall pick, all that cap space. That was the time to clean house and get everyone out.
Yeah.
And according to the report from CBS Sports, apparently most of the organization felt the same way, but Sheila was like, no. If I'm taking over, I want to give them one more shot. And if that's the case, God help us. But
Even though she was reportedly in charge already.
yeah.
I don't know.
But, to bounce off your point of, like, you're worried that Patricia might leave us in a bad spot, I absolutely agree. That's why I was upset that they're back in the first place, because let's say they do go, like, 5-11, at best 6-10. Like, they're going to have probably a lower top 10 pick, and they're not going to get one of those top quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And they're just going to be stuck with a Patriots roster that's not going to do anything.
With or without Stafford. Because, I mean, I don't know what he's planning on doing. I've heard people say this might be his last year. I don't know. But I don't want to be stuck
as
with
like
Stafford.
speculation.
Yeah, as a speculation. I mean, I don't want to be stuck with him, and I sure as hell don't want to be stuck without him or any other quarterback. I guess that would put us in a good spot for a 1-15, 2-14 type year, but I don't want to do that.
To the Lions' advantage, if that does end up being the case, there's a new quarterback that everyone's starting to really like, Zach Wilson.
Okay.
Not sure where he goes to school because I literally just heard about him this week, but apparently people like him, so maybe he can join the quarterback
The
group.
tank for blank.
Yeah, because right now it's the big three: Trevor, Justin, and Trey Lance.
Yeah.
So maybe he can add to 4th category. I don't know. But no, I do share that same concern with you that they might not be bad enough to get one of those top quarterbacks. Because
Yeah.
if they do blow this thing up, you know my thoughts. I want a new GM. That actually scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my thoughts on that. I want a new GM, new coach, new quarterback.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously I prefer to get one of these top guys, but I don't know, man. Like, after a big win like that, this shouldn't be the conversation.
No.
But
we should be celebrating, honestly.
Yes.
But, I mean, the fact that this team, every time they lose, it's just a travesty. To where if they win, it's not real.
Like, again, people are paying on me on Twitter for being negative, but it's like
Tony's a hater. I've seen that. I've seen people lash out at other people, not even just like, big names on Twitter like you. Just like a comment. And it'll have like 6 comments underneath. The comment will be like, Oh, I don't think the Lions are actually any good. I think this was just a win against a really crappy opponent.
You
And
mentioned
everybody's just, oh, you're a hater. This team's going to be great. Don't worry about it. This team's going to win, go to the playoffs, whatever.
I think you mentioned the term "fool's gold" earlier in the episode. I think that's an appropriate term because, this team just needs to show me, okay? Like, someone replied to me in one of my tweets the other day, and they were like, with their schedule, I think playoffs are achievable, I think is the word that they used. And I said, and I quote, "Show me, don't tell me." Because right now, people look at us as the easy win. Like, we need to reverse that narrative, okay? Like, again, go into Atlanta, beat that Falcons team, get back to 3-3, beat the Colts, and then just beat a bad Vikings team, and then just keep on rolling, okay? Because if you do that, then the conversation is completely different in a few weeks. No question the conversation will be different. But if you don't win any of those games, then what you expect us to just come in front of this camera and be like, yeah, we're fine.
You know what? It's 6-10. It's a stepping stone.
It's 3 more wins than last year.
Yeah, 3-12-1, 6-10. Next year has got to be 9 wins.
6-10, 3-12-1, 6-10. Next year, 10-6. Like, again, at least I don't want to be negative, but it's just hard for me. I tell it how I see it, okay? And the way I see it is this team just needs to show me more. Because right now I haven't seen enough to get really excited over this win.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Jacksonville's terrible. Like, the Jets are the worst team in football, but Jacksonville, they smell, man.
Yeah. This is the equivalent of This is the equivalent of Alabama being super, super excited about their team after beating Ohio University.
It's like Alabama dropping 56 on the Citadel.
I guess I actually shouldn't be using Alabama for this analogy. I think they're a little too good for the Lions comparison.
Yeah! But we get the point that you're making here, though.
Yeah, it's if you score 50 on a team that shouldn't even be in the same league as you.
Like, Alabama fans don't really celebrate a win over the Citadel. They're thinking about those LSU games, those Georgia games.
Exactly.
And for the Lions this week, I mean, again, I know they're 1-5, but I do think this is a big test against Atlanta. Because, again, if you can win that game and get back to 500, even a critic like me will be like, okay, it was a disastrous start. But you know what? They're back at 500. Let's just see what they can do at home against the Colts.
Yeah.
And that's a hell of a lot better than sitting here and poo-pooing on everyone's party. But there we go. But that's where I'm sitting at right now.
Yeah. Even if they go 3-3, you're gonna have a person like me even saying, well, maybe. Like, they might even be, flirting with bringing me back a little bit at 3-3.
And that's a big deal, folks.
That's a big
Because if
deal.
you remember against the Cardinals, like, I tried to be nice. Because I still wasn't feeling great about this team. But I was like, Troy, maybe this could be something. And obviously I was wrong because they got whacked by the Saints next week. There you go. But you were like, hell no, this team ain't any different, Tony. But now you're like, if they win on Sunday against Atlanta, maybe, yeah.
Depends on the type of win.
If they win, they win. Like, just win, man. That's all I care about.
I don't know. If Stafford has to fourth quarter come back his way to a victory, I'm not going to be very excited.
Get excited!
That's fair.
That's Tony Sunday night.
No. Not if they have a Stafford comeback win. But at the same time, though, if you just a win's a win, man. Like, I don't know.
You're just going to settle for anything at this point. Any type of victory, right?
I just want to win, man. Like people out there think that I just like seeing my teams lose. No. Like, man, I'm so sick and tired of losing, man.
Give me something distraught, John.
Shut your stupid ass up.
Shut your stupid ass up.
Oh, God. So yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now.
Yeah. What's your excitement level, or not even excitement level, but where do you see this team at the end of that streak of games that everybody's talking about?
I don't know, man. Like, if you want my honest prediction, I say they lose on Sunday to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then,
We're back to what we're talking about.
We're back to square one.
Yeah.
And none of it's even going to matter.
I mean, I'm not even just talking about Atlanta. I'm talking about, the
Yeah.
games against Minnesota. And
Yeah. So
all
let's
the way up to Thanksgiving.
So let's say they beat Minnesota. Let's say they beat Atlanta on Sunday, and they're 3-3. I don't think they beat the Colts, but even if they lose that game, they're 3-4. Like, I would hope that they get their first divisional win in 2 years and actually beat a terrible Minnesota team. That's probably going to be 1-6 going into that game. So let's say you're hypothetically 4-4. You play Washington football. I hope that's a win. That's kind of a Jacksonville game to me. So you're 5-4.
That's a job on the line type game right there.
Yeah, you got to win that game. Washington's terrible. My biggest fear with Washington was that they wouldn't be able to stop Chase Young, but the O-line's been really good this year. So they'll be able to stop Chase Young, and they'll win that game. So let's say you're 5-4. You play Carolina. I don't know, man. I think Carolina might be a sneaky loss.
A sneaky loss?
A sneaky loss. I think people are going to head into that game feeling confident, and then Carolina is just going to...
Yeah. Carolina always seems to find a way to beat the Lions. Seems like every time they face them.
I mean, listen, man. We talked about this easy schedule. Like, Carolina ain't no slouch, man. Teddy Bridgewater's played well this year.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's been hurt, and they've won 3 straight. I mean, they lost on Sunday to the Bears, but they were on a 3-game losing streak prior to that. And assuming McCaffrey will be back for that game, that's the best running back in football to me. I mean, he's probably going to go well over 200 scrimmage yards because, they use him as a running back and a receiver. So,
I mean,
that'll be a tough game.
If you look at this team this past week.
Which one, Lions?
Yeah. Against Jacksonville compared to how they played against Chicago.
Week 1.
Yeah, week 1. I mean, both teams didn't have a quarterback. They had pretty garbage defenses, pretty garbage offenses. I mean, Chicago's somehow winning. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
They're a good fourth quarter team.
Yeah, they were just basically the Lions from a few years ago.
Listen, I'm not trying. The Bears beat us already, okay? And they're 5-1. God bless. But I think we all expect them to come back down to earth just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
God bless. They're 5-1. They beat us already.
But they're definitely, I would say, pretenders for sure.
When I look at teams in the NFC and I go contender, pretender, I think Chicago's one of those pretenders. But it's neither here or there.
I feel like somehow, even though they're on two opposite ends of the spectrum, Chicago and Jacksonville are pretty similar.
No, I think Jacksonville is a different type of bad. Like, honestly, this is really, very bad. Like, again, Jets are the worst team in football. I think Jacksonville, the Giants, and Washington is in that range too. And then you get the Minnesotas and the Lions and the other teams,
Okay. Well, what I was going to, until you proved me wrong there, but I was going to see how they compared week 1 to how they compared last week. And see if they've, improved overall with the roster management and overall play calling. And, I mean, they have.
I mean, again, they've made adjustments on defense, which Patricia has felt the fire on his butt to make those adjustments, but they have come. Will they continue on a consistent basis? We'll see. But
maybe he realizes, this is how I win football games. And then he just actually keeps doing it.
Like, they've done a lot of different things over the past couple of weeks, and yesterday it led to a big win against a bad football team, offensively and defensively. Offensively yesterday, like, we got to talk more about DeAndre Swift. Like, I've been saying since week 3 on Twitter, I need to see more DeAndre Swift.
I've been saying that since the preseason, which there was none.
I've been saying that since the no preseason.
I wanted DeAndre Swift all over my timeline on the preseason. Just show me him working out.
Yeah. But
yeah, we didn't see him at all.
Yeah, we saw AP. And AP's been good this year. But I said during the Cardinals game, I want to see more DeAndre Swift. And people were like, no. AP's the hot hand. You got to ride with the hot hand. And I said, that's cute and all, but he was our second-round pick. A lot of draft experts said that he was the best running back in the class. I want to see more of him. And Sunday, we saw more of DeAndre Swift. 14 rushes, 116 yards, 2 TDs. Late in the first quarter, he had that monster run that he could have taken to the house. I mean, he showed his speed yesterday. He showed how good he is in the open field. He showed some of that elusiveness. He showed why he was the 35th or whatever pick that was in the draft.
Yeah.
And I need more.
And I've seen a stat out there today that said whenever Stafford has a 100-yard rusher on his team for any given game, he's 7-1. And if you can have that, then this team needs to put that out there a lot more. It's like when they used to have Javid Best.
God.
That was the best, no pun intended, 5 games in modern Lions history.
Javid Best. Oh, no. I thought he was going to be a superstar.
He was for 5 weeks.
Oh, God.
He was top 5 in rushing in the entire NFL.
Rest in peace, Javid Best, man. Oh, man.
That was so, but, if there's even a chance that a young guy has the ability to do 3/4 of that, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the Lions can learn from this win and just go, hey, that worked. Let's do more of it. Instead of doing, the complete opposite and just going back to the smartest guy in the room thing and doing more man coverage on defense and not setting as much pressure and, playing more AP over DeAndre. Just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Play DeAndre and listen, defensive guru, just get pressure to the quarterback.
Yeah, send more than just your defensive line, please.
There's one particular play where they sent, I think it was Jelani Tavai on the blitz, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that's when Garner threw a pick. If he didn't throw that pick, I'm pretty sure he had a really bad completion.
Yeah.
Just send pressure, learn from this win, and just listen to your gut, man.
Yeah, we're frustrated because it seems like we're on the precipice of figuring this out, but we just know in the back of our head
they're gonna screw it up somehow.
They'll find a way, and it's frustrating to think that and try and tell them how to win, knowing that they're not gonna do it. They might. Who knows? They just won a game, so we can't be too negative. Apparently,
it's Jacksonville though. When people tell me that I need to enjoy this win against Jacksonville.
Yeah. You know what? If you want to tell me to enjoy a win after Kansas City, sure.
I'll pop champagne.
Yeah, exactly.
Not against Jacksonville.
That's our Super Bowl if we beat Kansas City.
Right.
In the regular season. That was like beating the Patriots a couple years ago.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought that was the win, man. I was like, yeah, you all doubted this team. Here we go. And now look at us.
Yeah.
That Tony would have been mad at who I am now. He would have been angry.
What the hell was that?
There we go. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm just shrugging. I don't know what to say. You can't give them all the credit in the world because who did they beat? A high school team. That's who they beat. So you can't be excited about it. And you can't talk shit about them because, they won a game. So what are you supposed to say as a guy that just looks at that, sees a bad team that won a game, and goes, what? I wasn't impressed.
I gave Jacksonville way too much credit going into that game. I thought Jacksonville I thought they would.
I don't know if I gave the Lions not enough credit or too much, but
Going into that game, I'm like, listen, Gardner's not terrible. James Robinson's been good this year. Maybe they'll put up a fight. Yeah.
yeah, like I said, I don't know if I was undercutting the Lions or overcutting the Jags. I thought it would be close.
Again, we are giving the Lions credit because they played a really good football game. But at the same time, the moral of the story here is it's just hard for us to be so happy when we know it was Jacksonville and we still don't have trust that this team is actually any good.
Yeah, this team is still under 500, so it's not like we just got our 11th win here.
Patricia got his 11th win.
He did.
Yay!
We did in the
By
season,
the way,
but he
that
did.
that tweet, I don't know if you saw that tweet. I
No.
said congratulations to Matt Patricia on winning his 11th
Oh,
career game.
congratulations.
That's the one where I saw the
You
hate on.
filthy animal.
People don't know how to take that tweet. There are some replies to it where people think I'm serious and they hate me, and there are some people that they know I'm being sarcastic and they hate me. It's just funny reading. the
You've
replies.
reached peak Twitter when your entire comment section is just hate. So
This dude's such a slappy. Patricia's won 11 games in 3 years. You're terrible.
Second dick.
Yes.
that was the first second deck all day.
And then you get
Love
the
it.
other portion of the fan base where it's like, this sarcastic douche. Why is he a fan? You're awful.
But yeah, I don't know what to say to those people. Twitter's just like
Twitter's different, man. It's funny.
it's all over
funny.
the place. But
It's funny.
gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Oh my god.
What do you wanna move on from the Lions, or you still have some
No, I'm done.
hot coffee to spill?
No, I'm my coffee's almost done. I'm done with that football team. Let's move on to another couple football teams before we end this week on a little Pistons chatter.
Okay.
So as we mentioned to start the show a little bit in our open, we'll briefly touch on both Michigan, Michigan State because they're obviously opening up their season, their 8-game season this
Yeah.
Saturday.
Let me know when you're done.
You're like the Patrick Star meme. You know what I'm talking about? Their mighty 8-game schedule starts on Saturday. Michigan has prime time Saturday Night Football on ABC in Minnesota against PJ Fleck and Row the Boat. While
Yes, sir.
Michigan State opens up the Mel Tucker era in East Lansing with a mighty matchup against the very mighty Rutgers football team.
That might be a competition right there.
If they don't beat Rutgers. Oh, God help me.
I mean, how much time has Tucker really had to prepare?
If they don't beat Rutgers, this will be filled with alcohol.
Now you got two teams that make you drink.
1, 2,
3 fantasy.
1, 2, 3.
But I put in the show notes that I wanted to do a little talk on this, and you're not really feeling it. Why not?
This season's a wash. It's 8 games. I mean, you cut straight through all the bullshit. The 3-4 games at the beginning of the season where you're facing out of conference.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good.
I do like that. I agree with you.
That's nice. I wish every season was like that. But I feel like
I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you.
yeah,
Yeah.
8 games. That makes everything a lot more competitive. And you got 8 games to make it to the playoffs. That's
it for football and basketball. It's the same for me. Like in basketball, seeing Michigan, North Carolina, and seeing an MSU Duke is awesome. And in college football, seeing in Ohio State playing Oregon and Michigan play Washington is sweet. But cut the BS. We're here for Big Ten play. Okay. In basketball, the popular narrative is that the season really doesn't start until January because that's usually when conference play starts,
Yep.
So I do agree with you, but continue.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as everything else goes, the 8 games is nice. But as far as everything else, you got to watch out for COVID. Teams really haven't gotten the full off season to prepare. They're also, because the season's kind of starting late, they're now looking at next season's recruits and everything like that. So it's going to be hell. Some teams haven't even come back. It's all over the place. We don't, things aren't normal by any sense of the word. And it's not like the NBA with their bubble where it's like, it's not normal, but they're still playing normal games. They even did a little regular season before leading into the playoffs. And the playoffs were untouched. It was untouched basketball. So that's where I waver as far as like this college football season to the NBA playoffs is the college football season. Half the teams are starting late. A quarter of the teams aren't playing at all. And the other half, if that's not math at all, but whatever.
It works.
It works. They were playing like Division III schools.
Yeah.
So,
to add to your argument, you kind of mentioned this already, but like the Pac-12, they're not starting until November. The Big Ten's playing 8 games. The SEC, they've been playing for close to a month now, so it's
Yeah.
the Big 12.
So at the end of the season, are you going to put a Pac-12 team in the playoff if they go like 4-0?
I don't think you can. That's illegal.
Yeah.
You can't.
Exactly. So, like, what does this all mean at the
Yeah.
end of the day? It means nothing.
I do agree with you. Like, I like the comparison you made to the NBA because, though they are dealing with COVID and they are in their bubble, like, everybody still played 8 seeding games, and then they had the playoffs. College football.
And the playoffs worked exactly how it normally would.
Yeah.
It didn't work any
Best of
differently
7.
because of this team's not playing, or we got to bring in this team because the other one's out on COVID.
Yeah. It was best of 7 for 4 rounds.
Yeah.
College football, I mean, like we said, one conference is playing 12, one's playing 10, one's 8, one's like 6 or something stupid. Like, it's just all over the place. And I do agree with you. But at the same time, though, it gives us something else to watch, I guess. Because I don't know about you, man. I'm missing the Pistons and the Red Wings, bro. Like, they usually, even though they suck, they usually give us something else to do during the week.
Yeah, they're both in a rebuild. I find rebuilds entertaining. I don't know about you, but I love seeing fresh meat come in and
Fresh meat.
even though they're young and they're not as talented as the veterans.
Seeing
It's
them,
nice to see them progress.
Yeah, I do like that part of a rebuild. But where I was going at, though, is that, like, during the football season when the Lions blow, like, we have the Pistons and the Wings to watch every other day, and that gives us something to do during the week. Now, it's just Sunday's Lions. We'll see you next Sunday. And that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. I miss seeing the Pistons and the Wings play every night. And even though it's going to be a similar situation where it's like Saturday's MSU Michigan, see you next Saturday, at least it's something else. Even if it's just for 8 games, at least it's something else.
Yeah.
And there are some storylines that follow with both these teams. Obviously, Michigan State, it's the Mel Tucker era. Mark D'Antonio, hasta la vista, adios amigo. He's finally out of there. And,
I wouldn't be surprised if Mark D'Antonio is responsible for COVID and screwing up Michigan State's offseason.
he screwed up the offseason way before COVID. he put Mel in such a bad situation, but that's neither here or there. Michigan State's not going to be good this year. Again, Mark really didn't leave Mel in a good spot to begin with because of how late he left. And half this roster, it's not even Mel's team, it's Mark's team.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why going into this 8-game season, to me, a success would be 4-4. Like, if you can win the games you're supposed to, aka Rutgers, Maryland, Indiana, Northwestern, and that would be a success for me because there's no way in hell they beat Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, or at Iowa. Like, I think those are easily 4 losses. But
As far as Michigan goes,
I was about to get to them.
somehow, even though there's 8 games, they're still going to find a way to go 10-3.
It's an 8-game season, but they're still going to win 9 and lose 3.
Yeah.
That 9-3 is happening, even though it's an 8-game season.
Yeah.
The 9-3 equivalent this year, I think, is 6-2.
Yeah. That's 3/4 of the wins.
Like, Michigan is interesting to me because their storyline is like it's another year of Jim Harbaugh, and
I think they're all starting to bleed together at this point. They're all one and the same.
I was thinking about this earlier when I was kind of doing my little prep for the show, If correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm not a Michigan fan. You know that. I hate them. But I will say this, Troy. I mean, again, correct me if you think I'm talking crazy here. If there was ever a year for them to make the playoff, I think it's this year.
100%.
Because here is where I look at the college football playoff as of right now. Bama's going to get in, assuming that they win the SEC, which they should, with Mac Jones, that offense. Clemson's Clemson, and Ohio State will be Ohio State. That fourth playoff team, I think this is the year where you can see a non-conference champ with a loss or two get in. Whether that would be a Georgia.
I don't know, man.
The Big 12's not getting their conference champion. Oklahoma's already got 2 bad losses.
True, but I feel like all it'll take is just a couple undefeateds. It's a lot easier to go undefeated when the schedule's shortened.
Yeah.
That's all you need. If Michigan loses one game, they're out.
I don't know, though, because you got the big 3, like I said, and you assume that there's going to be no Pac-12 team in the playoff, which, again, I think it's going to be illegal to put one of them in. No Big 12 champ is getting in because Oklahoma, which we assume will win that conference, they've already got 2 losses. They can't get in. So that opens the door for a team like maybe Georgia, who they might have 2 losses, or a Notre Dame, or a Michigan or Penn State. I mean, if this is the year for Michigan to do it, it's now.
It's got to be.
It's got to be now.
I don't know any other season where it's happening. Apparently, according to my Michigan fans, 2021 is the year. They're not even looking forward to this year because 2021 is when they're supposed to get all their big players on the starting spots. So
I don't know, man. Like, let's just say Michigan, they win the games they're supposed to. Okay, that's 4 wins. The biggest advantage that Michigan has is that all of their quote big games are at home. Wisconsin, Penn State, Michigan State, all at home in the Big House. You have to go to the shoe to play Ohio State. They're not winning that game.
yeah,
No way.
I don't know when the last time I think the last time they won in the shoe was probably before I was born. So
I think it's been a minute, but it's been a minute since they've even been competitive against Ohio State. But again, if there's ever a year, in my opinion, for Michigan to do it, it is this year because I do think right now the window is open for a team like them to get in, a non-conference champ with maybe a loss or 2.
they need I think in order for them to make it,
They got to take care of their business.
they not only need to take care of their business, I think they got to whoop everybody that they play outside of an Ohio State.
I mean, the Penn State game is obviously going to be a big one because, again, you're at the Big House. There's no home field advantage this year with no fans, but
That's going to really strain on college football in the Big Ten. That's going to Big Ten is known for having some of the biggest crowds that you can possibly get in a single arena. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how Ohio State or Michigan's going to really have a home field advantage this year, despite having the largest stadiums in the country.
They won't, but you're still in your backyard, though. You still have that kind of home feel, if that makes sense. So, again,
I mean, if there's any year for Michigan to win in the shoe, I
it
guess
is
it's
this
the
year
year with
technically.
no fans. Yeah.
It is this year technically. So, although Cleveland has fans at their games, the Browns. So I don't know. Maybe Ohio State will have some fans in the shoe. I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see. But
yeah, I feel like they cherish Ohio State a lot more than they do the Browns. So
Yeah.
I feel like they're probably going to let in a few fans.
yeah. But I mean, the moral of the story here, Troy, is that if there's ever a year for Michigan to do it, I do think it's this year. I think there is a real chance that they go into that Ohio State game 7-0. Honestly. But at the same time,
That's
it's
saying a lot coming from a Michigan State fan, too.
Dude, I hate this team. You know that. I hate Jim Harbaugh. But there you go. But it's real. I think it's real. We're going to learn everything we need to know about this team this Saturday at Minnesota at night, prime time.
There you go.
The Joe Millen era starts this Saturday. People
Roll
are
the
telling
boat.
me he's Heisman already. So let's see. If you win that game, that's a good start because you'll probably be undefeated going into the Wisconsin game. And if you win that game, you're probably going to be undefeated going into the Penn State game. And again, 7-0 I think is real. At the same time, though, 4 losses is also possible. Like
Jesus Christ.
Like, listen, Minnesota, they were good last year. They're ranked 25th in the country right now.
Who's the 4th loss to?
Minnesota, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Penn State.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch you saying Minnesota there for a second. But I
don't
thought you were about to say state. I was like,
No. I don't think they lose to Minnesota, but I don't think they lose to Minnesota, but I'm just saying that that's still a big game for them. You want to start the year with a win. And if you don't, that's not going to give you much confidence going into your other big games against Wisconsin, Penn State, and Ohio State, obviously. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's crazy for me to talk like that about Michigan, but what is your prediction on this 8-game season for Michigan? Like, what's your honest prediction right now?
Well, like you said, they got 4 big games. I mean, 5 if you really want to count Michigan State. I don't know if you do. You'd really have to be stretching it, I would assume.
I'm just trying to enjoy my Halloween, man. I'm just trying to enjoy my Saturday Halloween in quarantine. Just don't blow us out, man.
I'd say 7-1 is probably pretty good. I mean, I still
if
feel
that
like
one
6-2.
Yeah.
I still feel like this is a 9-3 type season for them. I see them getting a spare loss somewhere.
That's what I was going to say. I see 6-2. Like they're probably going to lose to Ohio State, and like they're probably going to have another squeaky loss somewhere, whether that be Wisconsin or Penn State, or they trip up against a team not supposed to. I don't know, but
now you know the schedule better than I do. Do they play Iowa?
I don't think they play Iowa.
Okay, good, because they
know
have
we
Michigan's
do.
number all the time.
I know we do, but I don't think Michigan does. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do.
Okay. Like I said, they have Michigan's number anytime. So if Iowa was in the schedule, I would immediately chalk that up as a loss. So, but if they're not, I still feel like they'll find a way to lose one other game.
It's safe to at least give them that second.
Of course,
loss.
it's safe, but it's Michigan. They never.
This
they
is
never,
Michigan.
They never go above 75%. So
6-2 is the new 9-3.
Yep.
They can't still get 3 losses this year, technically.
Oh yeah, they can go 5-3.
Oh God, could you imagine if they win Could you imagine if they win 4-4?
Oh, I was gonna say Harbaugh would be on the hot seat, but there's no chance. No chance. He's a lifer.
He'll
be the coach until he dies.
There's a better chance I can manage to do a backflip down here. Like that's just not happening. But I don't know.
What kind of job security do you think Harbaugh really has?
He's Michigan coach for life.
You really think so?
Yes.
Until he drops dead or retires.
Yes, I think that's his
He's
job.
basically a Supreme Court.
That's his job until he wants out. I absolutely believe that.
I agree with you.
Bro, they don't have
I agree with you. I was
to
playing
fire
devil's
him.
advocate with you, but I agree with you 100%.
They don't have the kahunas. It's
Michigan would never fire their own son.
Just like Michigan State would never fire their prodigy, their god.
Izzo?
No, Mark.
No. I thought you were talking about Izzo because
Izzo
that makes more sense.
Izzo can say as long as he wants.
See? Even though he doesn't win anything anymore.
What are you talking about?
Well, let's be nice.
No.
We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong.
You are wrong.
But you didn't have to say it.
Have you
I'm
seen
just
Michigan
smoking.
State basketball? Stop. No Izzo slander.
I'll slander Izzo all I like. Thank you.
What's Juwan Howard up to?
I don't know.
Anything else?
I'm not just because I can't. I can't be confident about my own basketball team doesn't mean I can't say anything about yours.
We're just fine over here. Thank you.
Okay.
We're fine and dandy over
Okay.
here.
See you in the beginning of March.
Wait till Imani comes reclassifies. Oh.
Okay. Until the NBA picks him up to
No,
go play in the G League.
No.
No.
He's going to East Lansing. He's going to East Lansing.
You think he's gonna value East Lansing more than $200,000 in an NBA level coaching staff?
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah!
John's just giving up with it.
Second deck.
Just whatever.
Second deck.
All right.
All right.
Final topic of today's show.
So, two mini topics.
It's one central topic.
We're talking Pistons.
Yes. Pistons, but
John does not like the Pistons.
John wants to leave. John is trying to bounce as soon as he can. So let's make this quick here.
Shut your stupid ass up.
Guys, just get out of my
John's
house.
literally just talking through the thing now.
Guys, just get out of my house right now. Show's over.
So we got
Pistons.
Christian Wood and we got teal jerseys. Which one you want to go
Let's
to?
start with Christian Wood because that's the big thing that happened today on Monday. So I missed this. Apparently, Christian Wood was live on IG today. Again, we're recording on Monday. And apparently he asked where he should go this offseason. He read some responses on air. And
You know
then
what those responses happened to be? It was just a mixture of everything, I would assume.
I wasn't
A lot of
aware
Knicks,
of this.
a lot of heat, a lot of everything.
I don't know. I'm sure some Knicks fans were talking.
Knicks fans are in love with him almost as much as we are.
We'll talk about the
That
Knicks.
scares me.
We'll talk about the Knicks here. But yeah, apparently Christian Wood went live on IG, said, where should I go? Read some responses, and went off air. And Pistons Twitter is currently in a coup about that, which I get it because I didn't know you felt this way about Christian Wood. You retweeted my Christian Wood tweet.
Oh, I am 100% with you. He is our.
I didn't know that.
He is our main building piece.
I didn't
if
know
we
that.
keep him.
I thought you wanted him traded.
What? I never said that once.
I just assumed that you were like that.
Okay, I'm not in favor of blowing every single thing up about every team. Come on.
I like tanking, but I don't want to blow it up.
That's like liking chocolate cake but hating like pastry. What the hell?
I want my sprinkles on the cupcake, okay?
I don't want the cupcake itself. I'll just take the sprinkles. Thank you.
But you are paid Christian Wood.
Yeah, I think what was it? He's estimated to get paid like $9 million or something like that.
That one
per
report.
sources.
That one report says 9-10 mil.
Yeah, I'd say if that's the case, if that's what he's getting on the open market, pay him 15. Make sure he stays here. Pay him 15. I don't care, as long as you're not paying him like 25. You know,
Yeah.
get him for a bargain a little bit.
Yeah.
But
No,
I'm willing to go way over the estimated.
I think between 10 and 15 is fair.
Yeah, I'd say if he asks for like 17, I'd offer him 16 and see what he says.
That's where I start to get a little.
I'd offer him 16 and see what he says. If not, then if he's like, no, I
We're
want
starting
17.
to approach that might be too much territory.
No, yeah, that's why I
But-
said, undercut
yeah.
him a little bit, see what he says. But 16 is like the absolute max I'm
Yeah.
going with him.
But we are both on the pay Christian Wood
But
train.
yeah, I'm like willing to basically double his money of
Yeah.
what he's getting on the open market.
Yeah.
So obviously
down!
I like him a lot.
Yeah, that's that's one of the reasons why I want to pay Kenny Galladay. Like, even if you go into a rebuild, like you got to have your.
Lost me.
It's kind of the same thing. You need your young building blocks. Kenny's a young building block, and so is Christian Wood.
I don't like having a $20 million wide receiver on a fully rebuilt roster.
Do you like having a 15 mil power forward on a rebuilt roster?
Positions don't. It doesn't matter what the position is in basketball. He can shoot. He can play defense. Then it doesn't matter.
I guess that's fair, but I'm on the pay Kenny and Christian Wood train, but we'll save pay Kenny for another topic for another day. Pacey Wood, I'm on the bandwagon. You know, you need to have building blocks.
Yeah.
I think Christian Wood can be a building block for this team. But I think paying Christian Wood should be like the Pistons' top priority this offseason. Like
100%.
that
What else
should-
they got to work on besides drafting the guy? That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You cleared up that cap space for a reason.
Yeah, you don't want to. I don't think you want to go out and sign anybody else in free agency. I don't think this is the time or place.
Not unless you're trying to get like 1-year vets.
Yeah, just guys to like help you, build out your 15-man roster.
Yeah, don't sign Freddie Van Fleet. I love Freddie Van
Please,
Fleet,
no.
but don't throw him the max.
Miles Turner.
No.
No.
What
What about a bubble? What was it?
A who? A bubble.
I'm drawing a blank on his name from the Pacers too, along with Miles Turner, the guy that scored like 30 points in the bubble.
TJ Warren?
Yeah.
He's under contract with them for a few more years.
Oh yeah, that's right. I know. I remember the
I
Pistons
love
pushing
TJ.
for him though.
I love TJ Warren.
I remember
but,
Pistons fans in love with him and trying to get him to the Pistons. That's why I brought him up.
Yeah.
I didn't
he's-
realize his contract situation.
No, he's still with Indy for a few more years. But
Okay.
no, I think Christian Wood should be your top priority for the Pistons. And again, I think between 10 to 15 mil is fair. And if something happens and he leaves this offseason, this is bad.
This is bad. This is very,
He's
very
going one
bad.
finger at a time.
He's
not
getting
even-
so tired. Oh no.
This man's about to fall asleep over there.
Past week I'm drained. So bad.
He's drained everybody. He's. I can see him losing his life force right now.
We're gonna look to close up. Oh,
Whoa, that was a little spurt of energy.
we're gonna look to close out the show. We'll be like, all right, see you later, guys. And then Johnson's gonna be like,
He's just gonna pass out. He's gonna wake up. Camera's dead.
we're
Everything's
gone. Oh my god. But back on topic here. Again, paying Christian Wood should be your top priority. And if
Yeah.
something happens where he leaves this offseason,
If he's even hinting at turning down your offer for like 10,
you gotta sign and trade.
no, you just offer more money. At 10 million,
If he leaves, if he wants to leave, you gotta try to sign and trade.
100%.
That would be a good case scenario out of a bad case scenario if he leaves. The only scenario in which I'm fine if Christian Wood leaves is if a team like the Knicks, I said we were going to bring them back up. Let's say the Knicks throw him the bag, because that's what the Knicks would do. Let's say they give him like 20 mil. Then I'm like, you know what? I love Christian Wood and he's a top priority, but
Go get that bag, dude.
go get that bag. Go play in MSG. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way I'm paying him over 20 mil.
Yeah, good for him if he
Yeah.
gets 20 million.
Yeah, there's nothing the Pistons can do. I would be upset because that's a young building block for us, but there's nothing we can do about that. And, it still would suck though, because if you
100%.
lose Christian Wood for nothing this offseason, that's going to set us back at least a year.
Yeah, you have nothing to build on now. You got a 31-year-old Derrick Rose and a 32-year-old Blake Griffin and nothing else.
Your young pieces would be Bruce, Luke, Sekou, Savi.
All supporting role players, to be fair.
They're nice players.
They're
but
supporting roles.
yeah.
They're building they're columns.
They're
They're not
not-
the full building.
yeah, they're not like Christian Wood, who can be a building block. Like Luke and Sekou could be building blocks, but mainly Sekou we still don't know yet. But Luke, I'm on the bandwagon to trade him at the draft, but we'll save that
You got any
discussion.
gasp sound effects? How about you should be suspended immediately?
You should be suspended immediately.
You disagree?
Without
Twitter does.
Have you blasphemy?
I don't know. When the Suns trade
What
rumors
the
were
hell?
out in February,
Well, that was when they were like offering like, ooh, a first round this year and a future first round. I was like, ooh, you know what? Bye, Luke. But like, if it's just like for another player and like maybe a late first round, I don't know.
no, I'm saying if you can call up the Suns again and maybe get that 10th pick or something, maybe you consider it. Maybe,
Yeah.
but
And then you got what, 7 and 10? You could trade that for maybe move up.
I would actually stay and take 2 top 10 players.
No, you don't want one of the top 3 guys. You don't want a Wiseman, Melo, or Anthony Edwards.
I would like one of them, mainly Melo, but I also wouldn't complain about getting possibly Killian Hayes and
Onyeka.
he won't be there at 10.
He will be at 7, probably.
He might.
And Killian Hayes might be there at 10. I think you were looking at it backwards.
I don't know.
John's done.
But you see my point.
He's just...
No, you guys are saying 7, 10.
But the point is, if you could get, I'd rather have 2 top 10 picks than 1 high pick.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But my main argument here, though, is if you keep Christian Wood, that's a building block that you have. If you lose him, your top building block becomes maybe Luke and maybe Sekou.
Yeah.
And that's going to hurt the rebuild for sure.
But, okay. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk branding.
That Troy just said, screw that jersey talk.
Well, I mean, future of the franchise aside, let's talk about what really matters here.
We are going into a rebuild, but let's talk about those jerseys.
Yeah, it's and I'm not calling anybody out by any means. It was just someone was like, why are we talking about their jerseys and logo when they're rebuilding? We have a draft pick to look forward to. And I was like, well, I mean, you can do both things. I'm sure the front office can, scout a player and design a new logo at the same time.
Double down!
And to be fair, the Pistons teased us on social media this past week.
Yeah.
I mean, that Instagram post got me a little excited.
So what did that Instagram post
Get
have?
excited!
I don't remember what exactly it was, but it was like a flip-flop of D Rose and Grant Hill. Like they put Grant Hill in a modern jersey, and they put D Rose in the teal horse jersey. And we all know us Piston fans have a little bit of a love affair. Some of us,
hate.
yeah, love
Some
hate.
of us love it. Some of us hate it.
I didn't realize so many people hate the teal jerseys, but that's the topic of this. That's what this topic is about. There's a love-hate among Pistons Twitter for the teal horse jerseys. So I know your thoughts, but they don't. Pistons horse teal jerseys. Bring us the horse.
And I actually kind of want to get, because this isn't really sports related.
It kind of is.
It is, but it isn't. My phone's dead, so I can't do it. John, if you get a chance, pull up, just Google Pistons teal jersey.
No.
I want to get John's opinion on these because I mean,
I thought you were going to put it in the shot.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
Because like I
Yes,
said,
yes.
this isn't sports related. It's just how it looks, and I want to get John's opinion on it. I want to see if he likes it or dislikes it. Because I want to get a non-sports fan's opinion, like just generally
Like the
speaking.
old style one?
What's that?
Is it like this right here?
Yeah,
That's exactly it.
that's exactly it. What do you think?
I mean, what am I comparing it to? I think it's kind of sweet. Like the
Well, pull up like Pistons jersey, and then that's what you're comparing it to.
He said it's kind of sweet, though.
Yeah, he said it's kind of sweet.
That's what we're shooting for.
This is currently right here.
The blue one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they currently have.
Team Teal.
Yeah.
Team teal?
Team Teal.
I agree. What is it about the teal? You like the?
It's not boring as fuck.
See, and I think John hit the nail on the head. I think their current branding is just so boring. I think there's nothing special about
I
it.
still like our
Way more fun.
I still like our classic blue and white, but no,
They've
the
had-
teals are nice. Yeah.
The Pistons have had the same jersey since
I know.
2001.
No, I know. They need to switch it up a bit. All
Yeah.
these teams are releasing new throwback jerseys and new jerseys, period, and the Pistons are still rocking with the same old thing that they've been having for the past number of years.
I'm scared that they're gonna do a throwback to the Bad Boys jerseys, and it's like, what? This is just a blocky
They
version
kind
of
of
what
did
they
already. Remember when they released this kind of similar black uniform? They're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a throwback to the Bad Boy Raider thing.
Oh, That's what that was?
Yes.
I thought it was just them being weird.
No, it was like something to do with the Bad Boys and the Raiders.
No.
That's actually why I got
No,
the
I
shirt.
thought, like, ooh.
I initially liked the black and white.
Yeah. What I was saying is they're just going to grab one of the Bad Boy era blue or white jerseys and just slap a Nike logo on it.
Ugh.
And I was like, that's even more boring. It's just a blocky version of what you have now. And I feel like that's why, I don't know. Even though the Pistons have had a semi-consistent look over the years between the Bad Boys era and this era, it just doesn't hit me at all.
No, they gotta switch it up.
Yeah,
I mean,
red, white, and blue. Congratulations, you picked the most generic color scheme in
filthy
America.
animal.
There's like 30 other professional teams with a red, white, and blue color scheme. Congrats, you're the 30th.
Congratulations.
it's kind of a lose-lose scenario for the Pistons, though.
What do you mean? Oh, if they change the colors up, everybody's gonna be up in arms.
No, they did release new jerseys last year, and no one really likes them.
Yeah, because they're awful.
I know. We said we wanted a red jersey. They gave us a red jersey, and it's not good.
And they slap some blue stripes in the middle of it, just like
I know.
stripes go on the side, guys. You guys don't realize that.
I know. Like the red jerseys they have, they've grown on me more than when they first released them, but they're still not perfect.
No, not by any means. I think the only teams I can get away with having jerseys on the front or stripes on the front of the jersey are like the Trailblazers and like the Sonics. And that was it. You aren't those teams.
Mm-hmm.
You never had that before. Don't try now.
Yeah. But I still think teal. They gotta bring.
I think
those back.
teal's beautiful. If you're not gonna bring the teal back, and weirdly enough, I'm in the boat where I like the logo a lot more than the uniforms.
You like the horse.
The horse logo.
Oh God. Okay, so I've known Troy since what? My sophomore year. Your junior
2015.
year. Yeah. Ever since I've met this guy, I'm
obsessed.
I know one of his favorite things in this world is the Pistons horse logo.
Yeah. Specifically the 2001 to 2005 one. The red, white, and blue version of it. Even though I don't like red, white, and blue as a color scheme for you.
I just trashed the red, white, and blue color scheme, but I like that red, white, and blue horse.
But yeah, the logo for that's so nice.
It's sexy.
Yeah, I like it more than the teal version of it, but it's so nice. I love it. That's me.
That's Troy when he sees that horse logo.
Yeah, that's me when I watch old like 2004 highlights and they have the logo up. Oh. I'm Skip Bayless. I'm spewing.
Out of my mind. I'm off the top of my head. I'm spilling.
If they
I'm
were
overflowing.
to like bring that back.
I'm spewing. I'm unleashing.
If they bring the horse logo back, period, you can't control me.
I'm gonna be a Piston slappy. I don't care. I'm coming on here every week and just defending this team to the end. I'm gonna tell you how Tom Gores is the best owner in basketball.
Yeah, let's not say that. Let's not say that.
Shut your stupid ass up.
Shut your stupid ass up.
Shut your stupid ass up.
Yeah, Tom Gores isn't exactly a great human, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah. But come on, that logo.
Oh, God,
if it's teal
yeah.
or red, white, and blue, it's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't know why people hate it. Why do you think people hate it?
The teal or the horse?
Both.
I didn't realize so many people hate the teal. Like, when I tweeted on Friday, whatever day that was, I took a screenshot of the Pistons IG post, and I'm like, please bring the teal back, and I put a little heart eye emoji. People were like, oh, no. And I'm like, wait, why does no one like it? And no one answered me. I don't know why they don't like it. Somebody did say that teal is, I don't remember what they exactly said.
He said, I know the person you're talking about, and I wish I could give him credit for saying this, because this is a good point. The teal, most people associate the teal with Grant Hill in that era.
That's not the tweet. That's not the
okay.
tweet that I saw. I saw someone just saying that teal is like a bad color.
It was very overused in the NBA back in the 90s. I will say that.
There it is. That's what someone said. It's very 90s. That's what they said.
It is.
I
very
know you
90s.
saw the tweet because you got into a little spat with someone about it.
Oh, it was more of like, why are we talking about uniforms when the team's bad?
That was Troy when someone talks about the horse logo.
In a bad way.
Guns drawn. No horse slander here.
John, pull up that too. Pull up the Pistons horse logo. Because I want to get his opinion on that too. I mean, it might as well after I asked him about the jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
But
Soon I'll be able to just literally cut to the screen.
dude, that's
Yeah.
nice.
You said Pistons sport logo?
Horse.
Horse logo.
But why do you think the logo's bad? Let's say not even the teal one, but the red, white, and blue one. People don't like that one either.
Are we comparing these two right here?
No. I mean,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
Comparing them?
sort of. That one's not exactly the same. It's more that one the next row over. You see it? Second row, first one.
Right here?
Second row, first one.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. Compared to the one on the right that you just pulled up.
So this one compared to that one.
Yes.
I mean, this one looks like it was made by a high schooler.
The current one.
Our
He said
current
looks-
logo, John just said, it looks like it was made by a high schooler.
Yeah, it's just like a
It's a red ball.
plain-ass font.
It's a red ball.
It's a red ball.
It's like someone tried to do a minimalist approach, and it was just lame.
It looks like. Does it look like someone gave like a C+ effort on a school project?
It actually looks like a default logo that was on like Publisher, and they just changed the default wording to Detroit Pistons.
Now, what's your opinion on the horse?
Pretty badass. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
Okay. See? I
There
mean,
we
he's
go.
not a
It's
sportsman.
'cause it's something.
What's that?
It's because it's something.
There's something to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The current one is a ball.
it's a ball.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
It's a
You can barely
two-dimensional
tell it's a
ball.
Yeah, it's the weird angle from the ball where it just looks like a bunch of stripes on a circle.
Yeah.
But
I originally liked our new logo when they first released it because I thought it was a nice throwback, but now I'm just tired of it.
yeah, it's like if you just decided to make. I mean, I was really about to just counterpoint myself. I was about to say that's like if you just decided to make throwback jerseys your normal ones.
Yeah. You know a logo I really like? Remember when we made the 2016 playoffs and ESPN had that like the motors?
I think so.
Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like when the Pistons played the Cavs in 2016, you know how ESPN used to have their like moving logos?
Yeah.
You remember the Pistons logo that ESPN had where it was our old logo, like the old Pistons logo from like 2016 before
Yeah.
this new
The
one.
Detroit Pistons red
yes,
ball.
Yes. And they had the motors with the flames in the back.
That's nice. I don't recall, but
You-
that's
you-
nice.
You need to look it up when you get your phone battery back. I'll send a picture of it to you. Actually,
Okay,
after the
yeah,
show.
please, because that sounds good. I mean,
I'm
it is
telling you,
surrounding a red
it's-
ball, so I don't know.
I like it,
Okay,
so I don't know if you will, but I like it.
okay.
But I don't know why people don't like the horse. Maybe they don't like horses.
I think someone said that it's too cluttered.
The
It's too.
horse?
It's too. It's a logo that's just too busy.
I'd rather have busy than this two-dimensional ball.
Yeah, I think the NBA in general has kind of went too bland with their logos. I think that's the reason why I showed you a picture of me going into 2K and changing all their logos.
He tweeted that, by the way.
Yeah, I did tweet it. You can go to @TroyFrankDET.
He literally rebranded the entire NBA.
Yeah,
Some of-
outside of the classics like the Lakers and Bulls, but like
Some of the logos are nice. If I can remember off the top of my head, I think I really like the Jazz.
yeah,
It's
Jazz had like a mountain range with like the J being the music note like it's always been, but it's really nice looking.
What's another one that I really liked?
You said you like the Timberwolves.
I did like the Timberwolves.
It's like the Timberwolves is like an exception to the rule where it's generic, but it's like
still
a,
nice.
it's like a crisp generic.
But yeah, he literally rebranded the entire league in
Yeah,
2K.
So go check that out if you got time on my Twitter. I have it all. So and obviously the logo I used for the Pistons is the red, white, and blue piston, the horse.
Which, by the way, would you like to publicly air your displeasure with 2K creators for the Pistons.
I mean, you guys suck. There's no good rebrands for the Pistons on 2K, but who cares? It's 2K.
Who cares?
But yeah, get to working. Come on, guys. You can do better than that.
Going to work. Come on.
Yeah, come on, going to work. Yeah, just go full 2004 with your Pistons creations there. But overall, the whole Pistons brand, the red ball is synonymous with Pistons basketball, but I think it's always been boring. People think, oh, this is classic. This reminds me of the 80s. This is what, this is one of the all-time historic logos. It's like, no. The team was good, but the logo's always been garbage. I do not like that Bad Boys logo.
Low key, that ball. Yeah, it's not not great.
Yeah, the 80s version of the one we have now.
It was 80s.
It was so bad.
Oh God, it looks terrible now.
It looks so bad. The lettering is literally just text. It's not even like it's not even
regular
a font
on Microsoft Word.
Yeah, it's just the Arial font on Microsoft Word over a red ball with the ball stripes not even connecting. What is that?
Yeah, that wasn't a great logo, but it was the 80s. The branding guys for the Pistons might have been high or something when they thought of it.
Yeah, and maybe this is what people thought of because they went from that to the horse, and it's like, whoa,
that's a massive upgrade. Yeah,
even if you don't think it's good, it's a jump. It's like going from one end.
They went from a ball to a horse. Yeah.
And people probably don't realize what the horse actually means because it's like, wait, we have a horse. We're named the Pistons. What the hell does that have to do with a horse? And it's like, I like it because it makes you think. Like, why is there a horse on our logo? It's because of horsepower. That's right. I learned that as soon as I thought of it.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
But it gives you a reason to think. It's not just, oh, red ball. Okay. This is a basketball team.
I'm sure some people saw the horse logo and thought we were changing the name to the Detroit Horses.
Or like Mavericks 2.
Or are we about to be called the Mavericks 2.0?
Oh, is it the Mustangs because the car?
Are we the Detroit Horses?
Yeah. No.
The Detroit Ponies?
I love it. And other versions of it. I've seen like a Pistons logo where it's an engine with the word Pistons above it. That's not bad. It's a little crazy. But I've seen a logo with the I changed to a singular piston in the word Pistons. It's I don't know. I haven't really seen a good rebrand that's not that horse logo. There's one actually, and it is another version of the horse logo that looks like a hood ornament.
Oh.
And it's actually really nice.
I think I've seen this one before.
Yeah, where it's kind of like pointed, like a V.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I like that one.
Yeah, and I have used that in a 2K rebrand before because it is nice.
But who are we kidding ourselves here, Troy? If you're going to rebrand, the horse logo is the way to go.
Yeah, at the very least. If you want to go full teal, go full teal.
I'm not against going full teal. I don't think the Pistons would.
No.
They just released that new red jersey. I think red, white,
They
and
want to
blue.
get some mileage out of it.
I think red, white, and blue is here to stay.
Yeah. You can even keep the font if you want. I don't like the font, but you can keep it if you want.
Just give us a teal horse jersey. That's all we ask for. Like you saw the Nets released a new kind of throwback baby blue.
Ugh.
It's the principle though.
It's the principle.
They went throwback.
Yeah.
So
I would have rather them have the Jason Kidd Nets jersey, but maybe that's just because I'm nostalgic for it. You know what I'm talking about?
those were nice though.
Yeah, the dark blue with the red outlined letters, Nets. Oh.
Uh-oh. We are eventually going to spend a segment on this podcast doing just jersey talk.
Yeah,
like our favorite and least favorite jerseys.
I have
in sports.
like future segments for like, slow days at
Summer
the
shows.
office. Yeah, slow days at the office segments. Best branding in sports. That's a future topic we'll do. And I have a lot to say about that.
And there will be a Detroit team on that list
Yes.
from me.
Oh, I think there's one obvious answer.
Do you know that answer?
The Red Wings.
Okay, never mind. Yeah.
It's the most synonymous league with the
But
entire...
we still have to mention them, though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a team that's most synonymous with its sport. I would say.
Yeah.
You think hockey, you think Red Wings.
Unless you're in Toronto.
Yeah.
You think
It's
about
the one city. Yeah.
You think about those losers down in the South. But yeah, if the Pistons are going to bring new jerseys to town, which I don't know if they will. I don't know
What if they decide?
I don't know what the point of that post was. They're just teasing us, bro. I know they are.
Maybe they're just trying to get a general reaction to like maybe they got the people sewing that jersey up right now, but they just want to make sure that they're doing the right thing.
I know what happened. The social media guy was feeling funky. He's like, I'm gonna mess with all Pistons Twitter. Let's swap.
Yeah, I have
swap
to
the jerseys.
I always forget that there's just paid people that are just doing the social media completely cut off from the rest of the team. So
all right, so social media team, we need something to post today. You know what? It's Friday. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's put D Rose in a teal jersey. Let's send Twitter into a coup. That's what they did. When I saw that post, I'm like, screenshot, tweet. No. But
I mean,
bring the teal horse back.
yeah, bring the horse back, bring the teal back, bring the teal horse back if you want. Just no more red, white, and blue balls, please.
John's done.
I
John
want to sit through the whole soundbite just to get to that damn horse.
John literally said.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if there's anything to send you off with, it'll be that.
We're all done here. Troy, good show.
Maybe promote the fact that you can bring people on through call.
So we have new software, or we are going to have new software. I'm not quite sure how it all works yet, but apparently you can be able to call in through.
All you have to say is
Pull the mic towards him.
just tell them to get with you. Get with you if they want to be on.
If you want to be on the podcast, you can get on. You can get with me.
There you go.
Send Tony a DM if you want on.
My DMs are off.
Send Tony a comment under one of his posts saying, "Get me on the podcast."
There we go.
And then
That might be a bad idea. We have to make sure that we look at these people's profiles
then- well,
before
Tony-
we let them on.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony, you're gonna have to vet all these people that want on. So
Yeah.
if they're,
Screener.
yeah,
I'll yeah.
you're screening calls and you're taking the calls, so you're doing double jobs here. I'm just laying back and taking them.
I think that's a good way to end the show.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead, caller. You're live.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, end the show.
So John, send us out with one random soundbite of your choosing. Goodbye, everybody. For Troy Frank and John Mitchell, my name's Tony Dabrowski. We'll see you guys next week. Good God.